A lot of fun stuff, so you don't want to miss any of that. But right now, we have a treat for you. Mike Lefko from 710 Seattle Sports joins us. Mike, welcome to the show.
I did like how you said a lot of great stuff later.
But
now.
If you can survive the next segment, you're really going to be rewarded.
Stay with us
now
past
time to take your medicine.
Okay, thanks, guys. No, fun
Mike,
to be here.
welcome to the show. No, you're a lot of fun. We wouldn't invite you in if people didn't love you. People love you. Let's talk some sports. There's a lot of sports stuff to talk about. There's no local sports stuff to talk about, but there's a lot of wider sports conversations that I find really fascinating. I know Spike does as well. Good Lord, I'm hoping you do too, Mike, because that's why you're here.
Okay, good.
Let's start with LeBron James and his son Bronny with the LA Lakers. Right now, what's the general consensus on Bronny? He's LeBron James' son who was drafted. Many people don't think that if LeBron was on the team, that Bronny would have gotten.
He wouldn't be. Yeah.
Well, he
Yeah,
absolutely
not a
wouldn't be.
shot.
Yeah, he wouldn't be. But what's the general feeling about him right now? What are people thinking about Bronny?
I don't know if anyone's thinking a lot about Bronny.
They're not thinking a lot about Bronny.
It's a dog and pony show. Everyone knew that. It was a pure LeBron James indulgence. And you know
Publicity
what?
stunt.
Absolutely. You know what, though? It's a thing that's probably never going to happen again. A guy who played in the NBA since he was in his teens to all the way now where his son can come play with him. So, you know what? From LeBron's sake, if the Lakers are willing to indulge it, good for him. And good for them to be able to do that. It's a cool moment.
You nailed it right there, though. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Is it good for the
Doesn't
Lakers?
help anyone else, though.
Is it good
No.
for anyone else besides LeBron?
No.
No. Okay, here's the Washington.
And it's not just that it's not good for it. I think it's gone to the point now where it's almost. I mean, Stephen A. Smith, who I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
I disagree with a lot of things he says, but I've never seen anybody put more of a point.
You wanna hear it?
Yeah, play the Stephen A.
This is Stephen A. All right, here he is talking about LeBron James.
I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad. You know what it's going to do to your son, to people who are missing out on opportunities, that are busting their tail on other NBA teams in the G League in Europe and everywhere else, what kind of opportunity they're starving for. You're exposing your son like this?
You know what? That is such a really great point, and he just, as he's saying it, he made me think about something that most people can relate to this. Have you coached your kids' sports teams?
I have.
Okay. As have I. When you're coaching your kids' sports teams, what are you really making sure of as the parent of a player on the team? What is one thing you definitely don't want to do?
Give my kid a special ride, a
Give your
free
Make it
kids
about yourself.
favoritism.
Yeah.
Make
Or
it about your
yourself.
kid.
Yeah, most dads do that. They relive their lost,
When I
never
was
achieved
coaching
glory.
last season, I coached one of my kids' t-ball teams. I made extra darn sure that he wasn't always in the cleanup spot batting, or he wasn't the leadoff hitter all the
Right.
time, or he didn't get like the best spot on the field, or he was in the game at all times. Like, you have to make sure that your kid is not seeing favoritism. And now here we're seeing that on like an NBA level, which is crazy now that I think about that. That's nuts.
Well, Bronny James was not even a good college player. He was an average college player. And the NBA has the most limited rosters of any pro sport. But we had Griffey Sr. and Griffey Jr. here in Seattle, and that was a magical time for father and son to be on the same field together. But a 25-player roster has room for a utility outfielder who's still got some pop in his bat, as Senior did at that time.
And he had already made a career on his own.
Right, a long established career. It'd be like if Bronny was a superstar and people brought LeBron on to the end of the bench to get him in the game for a few minutes a game. That would be more acceptable.
Now, let me ask you guys something, though. Is this specific example different than any other industry? We don't see it a lot in sports, but what about corporate America?
Just mean nepotism?
Nepotism. Riding the coattails of your grandfather, your father, whoever built the company, and you take over.
Great question.
So,
I think it is different because
Bronny gets to a spot he never would have gotten to.
Sports was supposed to be the one place where merit mattered. If you can't deliver, you aren't on the field. You aren't, you're not on the court. If you can't deliver it, that hurts your team. If you're out there having 0 for 3 from the field and 5 turnovers like Bronny had last time out, that hurts your team.
I would say I agree with you, because I do think it's different than corporate America. In corporate America, like, you are limited in the NBA. You can only have 5 players on the court at any given time.
Right, and 12 on the bench, 12 on the right?
In corporate America, if you hire somebody,
12.
let's say you want your son who's a numbskull to come and work for the family business.
Hey, Tommy boy!
Yeah, no kidding. You create a job for him.
Right.
You're paying the price for that. You are paying the price for that in corporate America if you're hiring your kid. In the NBA, somebody else is paying the price for that because they're not getting that job. I understand what you're. I do
You could,
understand.
you could say someone else is paying the price too in corporate America. Maybe someone deserving is not getting that. I think the Lakers, and we've seen this now with the Cowboys, there's such a huge entertainment component of making money and being a profitable organization that you have to appease LeBron. Like the Cowboys and Jerry Jones have done for so long. Cowboys aren't trying to win. The Lakers aren't trying to win. They're making a ton of money. They're still the most visible brand in the NBA and NFL respectively.
Yeah.
And that requires maybe catering to your stars because LeBron James could be like, I'm forcing my way out of here. You're the Lakers. You're going to be fine, but you're not going to have my presence, my magnetism that draws all the marketing dollars, the tickets, and all that.
Fair point.
So if they have to deal with him for a year or 2 years, they've decided we're going to do that. They're very loyal to Kobe Bryant, too. They take care of their stars. They kept Kobe Bryant there the entire time, even when he's well past his prime, and rest in peace to Kobe. But they have done this before with their stars, and they're doing it with LeBron because LeBron brings so much
You're right.
to the Lakers.
They're an
They call
entertainment.
it Showtime
It's
for a reason.
entertainment. You're right. It's not. I mean, it is a sport, and we talk about how you got to be the best.
You have to have star power in LA. You have to have someone that people want to go see out there.
But when you're not in LA, this is what it sounds like.
Bronny James to beat the clock. And he gets fouled. He'll go to the line. This is a nice comeback game for Bronny. It really is.
They're all chanting MVP.
Oh, that's awful.
Everywhere we go. We're not kidding. Everywhere we go.
They cheer for him. Not everywhere they cheer MVP, though.
I guess it's fun. I guess it's fun because we can all go, all right, I guess he's a dad and he's making his way for his kid. And we all kind of just shrug at it.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It's happened. And like Stephen A. said, end it. End this.
I know we got to go. It's a commercial break here. But when I worked in the NBA, again, as a ball boy, very low rung, but they respected my opinion as a ball boy.
Sure.
You have roster input as a ball boy?
I didn't have much roster input, but
Just
like maybe a
bit.
tiny bit. The level of competition in the NBA, and as it is, I assume for all sports, I have a front row seat to the NBA, so I know that for like 4 years. Unbelievable. And so what's happening in the background, and again, they don't care as much because these guys are not LeBron James. They care more about what he feels about the team than these other guys. But these guys, this is the lifetime aspiration. They're working their butts off. And the idea that one of them doesn't get to be on the bench because LeBron James wants to have his baby boy on the team with him would be really frustrating if you're anybody inside the Lakers organization and you're having to put on a nice face. You're like, God, how long is this guy going to be here? But he is a cash cow for them. So trade-off.
He's the face.
Whatever. All right, Mike Lefko, thanks for bringing a sense of reason to this conversation. From just
We'll talk
me
some
and
Super
Spike.
Bowl next week.
Let's.
Things actually happening next week.